lunch will not be served tomorrow. Make sure you push it to the limits. So here's the first question that Team BHP, the gentleman from Team BHP asked me as soon as I walked in. He said, what's on everyone's mind is what prompted Ford to bring this product. So let me jump straight in and spend some time on this. All of us know that Indian consumers love for compact SUVs. Quite honestly, it's for SUVs as a whole. And it's not just an India phenomena, it's global as well. In fact, in India, 1 out of every 4 customers who is wanting to buy a car, is wanting to buy an SUV. And 70% of current SUV owners want to buy an SUV again as their next car. We also know why customers prefer utility vehicles, right? There are many reasons, but 2 key reasons are the higher ground clearance that the product offers, and the second is a commanding seating position when you're sitting in a utility vehicle. In fact, Ford was the first to understand this need and invent the segment with the EcoSport, and consider some data which many of you who love data will find this fascinating. In the mini UV segment, which is the EcoSport Creta kind of segment, we believe by 2022, this segment will cross 1 million units mark, which is more than doubling from the 2017 levels, right? Which is today, the segment is about 450,000 a year. It's going to cross the 1 million, which is about 10 lakh or so in a single year. By 2022, that is. Premium hatchbacks, which is the i20 Baleno segment, will grow, we believe, by about 50 to 60% by 2022. And obviously, it will take a little bit longer to get to the 10 lakh mark, but it too is a growing segment. I'm sure, but at the same time, you can see the sharp growth curve of the UVs relative to the hatchbacks. So that really is a defining consumer trend that people are preferring utility vehicles. The compact UV utility vehicle space lies between the premium hatchbacks and the mini utility vehicles. That's how we have defined it, and that is exactly where Freestyle is going to sit. So it's going to sit between the premium hatchbacks like the i20 and Baleno and the mini UV, which is where EcoSport sits today. And obviously it will draw from these 2 segments to create the volume for itself. The product will offer premium hatchback owners to upgrade and experience the utility vehicle attributes without paying the top dollars that the mini UV today command. What also drove us to create the product was the emerging Indian customer who was carrying the Freestyle spirit in him or her. Ford's Freestyle is made for young, new age customers who are progressive, risk takers, fiercely independent, and want to seize opportunities in life. These new age customers live by the motto, do everything and regret nothing, something that has really inspired us. During our research, we came across customers who wanted to buy a utility vehicle like the EcoSport, but were compromising down to buying a premium hatchback given the price walk up to the compact SUVs. The same set of customers wanted a vehicle that was sporty, powerful and fun to drive, with a high commanding seating position and a high ground clearance. And that is where the idea of the Freestyle really started. During the product development phase, when we showed them the product, through the 3, 4, 5 years that we've spent on building this product up, we've done multiple researches along the way. The customers strongly associated the Freestyle with attributes like youthful, smart, and stylish, and considered it appropriate for daily commute where the ground clearance is really high, and the features which we will talk about are extremely practical. As well as when they go on long drives or driving journeys, they want that fun to drive attributes in the product. So a great combination of daily commute attributes, ground clearance, as well as the fun to drive attributes that are required or considered to be part of the SUV attribute list. The research also told us that these customers wanted a cool looking car, and the first task was to give them what they wanted. As you can see, the Ford Freestyle is great to look at, or as the millennials would call it, cool. It is a car that looks modern yet aggressive, all thanks to our designers who worked with the goal of bringing the SUV attributes and design cues to a compact car. The SUV-like design cues in Ford Freestyle are visible both inside and out. Let us start from the outside first. The unique Freestyle grille with the three-dimensional mesh gives this car a sportier look. The face of the bumper has sculpted sections that inspire a sense of confidence. The skid plates on the front and the rear make the car a perfect companion, whether on-road or off-it, just like a utility vehicle does. Freestyle has the best-in-class ground clearance, and at about 190 mm, which is very close to the 200 mm where EcoSport is and some of the other SUVs, and far more than what you get from premium hatchbacks, which are around 170. In fact, at about 190 mm, it can conquer challenging surfaces such as potholes with extreme great ease. And tomorrow when you drive through the city, you will get a chance to experience it. The Freestyle features wider tracks for the tires, which allows for delivering a SUV-like stance and better vehicle dynamics. The tires are paired with an all-new aggressive black alloys for enhanced road presence. We have used stylish black highlights in the fog lamp bezel, body cladding and headlamps to underline the Freestyle's boldness. The bold lines on the hood are functional design improvements that improve the aerodynamics. In fact, Ford Freestyle has been through 3.2 million hours of simulation to ensure stability at high speeds and improved fuel economy. Well, the rear profile of the Freestyle has two key areas that draw your attention. The tail lamps that have been detailed with precision and integrated skid plates, which add to the SUV appeal of the product and enables drivers to do a lot more without worrying about damaging the underbody. Step inside and the Ford Freestyle will impress you with its sporty dual-tone interiors. Like all Fords, there are several storage compartments, more than 20 of them, to tuck away everything that you may need on your trips, from water bottles to your umbrellas and more. We have extensively used damping and sound-absorbing materials throughout the design of Freestyle to reduce the vibrations or road noise from entering the cabin. I'm sure you will find that the NVH levels in the car when you drive tomorrow are going to be far better than what you've seen in our competitors. As you begin to feel comfortable inside, like you will during the drive tomorrow, the first thing you will notice is the large 6.5-inch touchscreen with Sync 3. As you've experienced this in the EcoSport, the Sync system will allow drivers to control their entertainment and connected smartphones with voice commands. Just like the Endeavour and EcoSport, it comes compatible with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Many of you have rated Sync 3 as the best-in-class connectivity system across vehicle segments with the best and most responsive touchscreen. We're happy to have it in the Freestyle as well. Being true to our promise of democratizing in-car technology, I'm pleased to tell you that we will offer the touchscreen-based infotainment system virtually across the lineup. The significant portion of the lineup would have the touchscreen. That is not all. The Freestyle will have full set of convenience features. I was reading somewhere that people said it has only reverse parking sensors, but quite honestly, it's got reverse parking camera. It's also got a push start that is in place. The automatic climate control will be among the best capable of bringing cabin temperature down from 50 degrees to 25 degrees in just 15 minutes. I'm sure you'll put it to test tomorrow as you get to the Samba Salt Flats. Another observation that was made today is about the rear package, which is the rear legroom. I can tell you the data that we've got suggests that both on the rear legroom space and the headroom is far better than what you find in the premium hatchbacks. So in the end, a Ford is always known to put a smile on its driver's face, and Freestyle will be no different. To talk about in detail, I'll let Manish take over.
Thank you. Thank you, Anurag. Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here to talk about another great Ford product that we are passionate to build. Freestyle is truly global, but built largely with India Insights engineering and validation. I think Anurag mentioned it already. A lot of us over in Chennai in our development center played a large part in this. Let's begin with Ford Freestyle capabilities that will appeal to the Indian audience. I'm sure you know that we are introducing the Freestyle with our all-new 1.2-liter petrol engine that will offer class-leading 96 PS of power and 120 Nm of torque. This all-new 3-cylinder engine is part of our new engine family that is lighter, stronger, and extremely capable. On Freestyle, this engine will deliver an outstanding fuel efficiency of 19 kilometers per liter. Like its bigger cousin, the new 1.5 liter petrol engine on the EcoSport, I'm sure you will love this engine too when you drive it tomorrow. For diesel lovers, we will also offer our trusted 1.5 liter diesel motor with 100 PS power and 215 Newton meter torque. This engine will also deliver a fuel economy of 24.4, what we call 5-star rating. So a lot of you who I met, and it's great to see familiar faces here, asked me about what our plans were at for the Figo family at that time. I'm happy to say that the 1.5's younger brother, the 1.2, is available here on this car. In B5 and 5 launch, I also EcoSport launch. We talked about the new AT transmission that we introduced here. I'm happy to tell you another new transmission that we're going to introduce. We call it the new 5-speed manual transmission. I won't blurt out the code name that I just did in the last time. This new transmission will also require almost 40% lesser oil and is 15% lighter. It helps improve NVH and fuel economy too. Some of the feedback we were getting with the IB5 transmission, especially with some of you who thought that it was no longer the class-leading transmission. You'll be happy to test this one out, and I want to hear from all of you tomorrow after the drive. I'm sure you will experience slicker, more responsive gear shifts when you get behind the wheels tomorrow. Both the engines, diesel that we offer as well as this 1.2 liter, will be paired with this all-new 5-speed manual transmission. So looking forward to talking to you about it tomorrow. And the capability story doesn't end at powertrains and the new transmission. Within the CUV segment that Anurag introduced to it, I think unlike a lot of our competitors who just stay with the exterior execution, the ornamentational execution part of it, we've thrown in a lot of features that will enhance this experience for customers. The most important one is what we call active rollover prevention, or ARP. This unique feature works with electronic stability control, which is standard on this Titanium Plus variant that we have, to automatically detect and prevent potential rollover situations. When we provide a car like this with the functional roof bars and the ability to carry 50 kgs of load, we need to ensure these features are there to ensure that you are safe in all driving experiences. ARP ensures that the car remains stable during cornering at high speeds, because we do rate it for a roof load of up to 50 kgs. No other car in this segment features anything similar. Also that's unique to Freestyle in this segment is hill launch assist. This feature that holds the car in its position on a steep hill climb for a few seconds is a segment first on Freestyle. I think many of you have been behind people who are coming back wondering if they've fallen asleep, right? I'm sure all of you experienced that. As Anurag mentioned, the ground clearance on the Freestyle is significantly higher than our competitors, but a raised height doesn't mean that we have compromised on ride quality. That go against our DNA, as you tend to experience in many of our competitive products. There's a trade-off there. There isn't a trade-off at Ford products as you raise ride height. The suspension on the Freestyle has been specially designed to give you a complete balance between stability and comfort, and those two attributes are very important to classify the car as safe, which, as you all know, is very important to us. The suspension setup is tuned to change as per changing road conditions and keeps the car planted on the road. We'll have several scenarios tomorrow to test this out. And the car handles better and gives drivers a lot of confidence across the different driving conditions. So we'll cover that tomorrow as well after you come back. Anurag, you gave me my favorite topics to talk about, and I'm going to come back to you on your favorite, safety and cost of ownership.
Yeah, I think I've been talking about this since each of the product launches, but let me go for it. That's right, Manish, being a parent of two growing kids, one 16 and one 10, I can tell you safety is indeed very close to my heart, and Ford Freestyle carries forward our promise. Like all Fords, dual front airbags will be available across the Freestyle variant range. The top of the line Titanium Plus variant will feature the 6 airbags for all-round protection. And not just that, the host of technology-enabled safety features that you've come to recognize Ford for are being offered to ensure complete peace of mind for owners, including ARP that Manish spoke about, and also emergency assistance with Sync 3 that we are going to be offering. In fact, it also has my key that we should talk about at some stage. Our other key area of focus is cost of service. We have been making significant progress in busting the myth that Ford cars are expensive to maintain. A lot of our customers are writing back to us. I picked one up on the Team PHP side as well, appreciating our efforts after their service bills pleasantly surprised them. Freestyle will help us take another leap in the value of ownership journey. The scheduled service costs for the Freestyle petrol will be as low as 41 paise per kilometer over 100,000 kilometers life cycle, while owners will spend for diesel about 51 paise per kilometer on scheduled maintenance over the 100,000 kilometers. And mind you, Freestyle, and this is an important point, Freestyle service interval is just once a year, unlike our competitors, which is twice a year. Servicing Freestyle will be at least 24% cheaper than the nearest competing premium hatchback. For the 5th year of service, you will spend less than 6,000 rupees in a year, which quite honestly is half the money you would spend watching movies in a year, or one square meal at a decent restaurant probably. As I said, these prices come with Ford's guarantee. If a customer feels that they have been overcharged, the bill is on us. Friends, our cool, capable, connected, compact utility vehicle, Ford Freestyle, is yet another example of how we are expanding our portfolio and introducing capable vehicles that customers want and value. It's a right product at the right time that will help bring many more customers to the Ford family. I'm sure you will enjoy driving the Freestyle tomorrow. Manish and I will be eager to get your feedback, but no lunch till you've pushed the product to the limits. Once again, thank you very much for joining us. Please enjoy the rest of the evening. We are here to chat with you in a few minutes. Let's take a look at the video.
इंट्रोड्यूसिंग फोर्ड फ्रीस्टाइल जोशीले इंजन के साथ उनके लिए जो जीते हैं दिल से जोश है दिल में फोर्ड कुछ अलग सी फैमिली वाली फीलिंग
Okay, I'm done with 96 slides. All right, thank you. You're good? You're done? You want me to present some more?
No, done.
Sure?
Finished.
Drum skill. Like a solo performance.
Maybe it was